My name is Martha Brown. I am retired as a city government employee. I was with the Department of City Development for 41 years. And I've lived in this house for 35 years. We moved in just a year after we got married.
1985.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I'm Tony Lamb, Martha Brown's husband. I am kind of a semi-retired CPA, still do a little bit of tax work. We are attracted to this place because of the character of the building. I think the first time we noticed about this neighborhood is when I was attending CPA review classes at the building on State Street that was the Potawatomi.
It was part of Concordia College at the time.
Yeah. Campus at that time. And I think one day that Martha came in to bring me a picnic, and we were just having picnic actually right on that spot. On the corner of 31st Street, and after that we walk around and just peek into some houses and find out the place really interesting. And then when we're ready to buy the house, we thought this is the neighborhood to look for. When we first looked into this neighborhood, I think, as I said earlier, with when I was taking my CPA review classes, and there was some break, and I walked around, and I remember picking through one of the houses on 33rd Street. At that time, it was just almost near finishing remodeling by the West Side Conservation Corporation. I believe that was the Karen Smith house. And I just saw this charming the fireplace, hardwood floor, and all that. And compared to the house that I was living in at the time in Glendale, which a ranch home, it's a lot more characters in houses here. So after we got married, when we decided to look for a place to buy, and we thought this is affordable and it's charming, and so we come back to look for it. But when we first take a look at this particular house that we're looking at, I think it was the least charming one compared to our neighbor's house.
Well, it was under construction. And one of the things, this house was built as a two-family house, but it was in the 20s, it was converted to a four-family house. And so they were in the process of taking it back from 4 units to 2 units. So when we walked in, there was a bathtub. The claw-footed bathtub was out here. A house that's one of the bedrooms at the time had been a kitchen, and so they were tearing that all apart and turning it into a bedroom. It was a mess. But I remember light absolutely streaming in through all the windows in this house, and we have several dozen windows. And I remember just falling in love with the light.
Well, I wouldn't fall in love with it so fast because it was in January. It was cold.
It was
during
cold.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, we went to an open house.
Our neighbor Bob Beck was volunteering here and showing us around. Basically, we can just walk around. But I guess we have to use our imagination to see the future in this house, and we decided to pretty much went home and say we wanted to make an offer of this house.
And we did. And we did. And we bought it, obviously, while the renovation was still underway. So we weren't sure exactly what it was going to look like when we were done. But we've been very happy here for 35 years.
And I remember we get a $300 budget from Westside Conservation
for the lighting fixtures.
To buy all the lighting fixtures for the entire house.
And I think one lesson we learned is we should have added some money from of our own to that $300. We've replaced most of those lighting fixtures since then.
And I think the best part about this neighborhood is the neighbors, because almost all of us, except Bob Beck, Rich Beiser, I think they were there already, but otherwise across the street, Gail,
and John and Sally,
we all moved in at around the same time, and at that time also 2 houses down, there was Ken
and Tim
all moved in at around the same time. And it must be the water, because all the women get pregnant at about the same time too.
Yeah, we all moved in within just a period of a few months, and we all had kids very close to each other. So our kids all grew up together. Our daughters no longer live in Wisconsin, but they would, I think, be very upset if we sold this house. This was the house that they grew up in, and they grew up with their best friends were the other kids on the block.
And the bedroom is still upstairs untouched. And the nice thing is that almost all the neighbors are still here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
John and Sally and Gail Sahagan.
And the back.
And the